Holy shit, yeah!
Hello, Johnny here. Welcome to another thing of Nod or Shake reviews. Nod if it's good, shake if it's not so good. Either way, you should check it out because you might find your new favorite movie. It's the Halloween season. Good boy. This was hard for me. This was pretty difficult for me. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's gonna be one of those shrug-a-doos. So I don't know if you can hear me through the mask, so we're just gonna take it off. So I'm gonna do a little bit of this, do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that, and maybe this review will kind of help you. And I don't know. So, and maybe my review just might be nonsensical. There's always that too. I guess the word that I'm going to say is I was a little disappointed because, so to me, this movie was advertised as like a haunting from the dog's point of view. And this probably makes no sense if you see the movie yourself. I didn't get that because the human counterpart didn't really like react to any of the things that the dog was doing. Like I almost was like, is this a haunting or is this kind of like, you know, because there's dogs that can see things happening to people before they happen. And I was kind of like, is it that? Like, is this like a metaphor thing that they're doing? Like, I didn't, like, yeah, scary things were happening to the dog, but it just felt like, you know, like something was just haunting the dog specifically. Like the area wasn't haunted, which like, yeah, that, you know, that hasn't been done before. Like the dog being haunted itself. It's just, I don't know. I just wish that they played around with the idea that, you know, almost like the dog and the human would work in tandem, you know, kind of like, why are you barking at the corner of the wall? And, you know, eventually he finds out that the house is haunted. I don't know. I don't make the movies. I just critique them. So yeah, that was kind of just my thing. Like I kind of was just, but the thing that I really want to just throw out there, and you probably stop watching, is the dog is spectacular. Oscar nomination for sure, and possibly Oscar win. And at the end, which probably the shortest credits I've ever seen in a movie take place this year, they have a little end thing where they explained how to do it, how they made this movie, and it's very impressive. It's the principal photography, which is basically like the shooting of the movie, was the owner of the dog, the wife, and the dog. And they explain all these things, all these very neat film tricks to make you go like, oh, well, that's crazy. So that I was like, oh man, that is so cool. And it's like one of those things that you watch, it's like, man, I love movie making. And that had one of those instances, watching that little behind the scenes thing. So that's where I'm kind of like, oh man, I that's kind of cool actually. I also didn't hate it. Like I wasn't like, oh, this sucks. There were a few points, like the movie's like an hour and 13, but there were like all right, let's get going here. So this is what I'm doing. And as we're talking about interpretations, you can interpret what the hell I'm doing. Alrighty, thanks for cringing. Next week is, I don't know, probably something not horror, because movie theaters and movie distributions are terrible with that. Alrighty, thanks for cringing. Bye.